I went home earlier in the year. It was a big birthday for me, and I went home, decided to have a party, and decided to just invite my inner circle of friends. So, you know, invite that person, and because you've invited them, you've got to invite that person, and because you've invited that person, you've got to invite that person, and before you know it, you've invited your mother. And when I was coming back, I actually flew with Iceland Express this time. I actually had a seat number. I wasn't flying with EasyJet, okay? And I got on the plane, and I'm walking down the row 9, row 10, row 11, row 12, row 14, row 15. What? Where's row 13? It's Phyllis. Where's row 13? Why are we missing a row? She said, oh, we don't like to talk about row 13. Some people find it really like superstitious, so we don't mention row 13. I was like, yes, because I've been on many flights where cruising at 30,000 feet, all of a sudden row 13 has just suddenly dropped out the bottom of the plane. The rest of the plane has carried on going, fine, no problem. You know, the passengers in row 14 sat there just like, oh, extra leg room, I didn't pay for that. I'll tell you what I'm scared of, okay, or used to be scared of. Spiders. Okay, and the only reason I'm scared of spiders is because my sister used to have this irrational fear of spiders. And one day, I was in a house, and there was a spider in the corner of the room, and my sister starts screaming her head off. She hands me this shoe. Okay, can I borrow a shoe? Give me a shoe. Somebody, give me a shoe. Why is everybody wearing boots? Oh, it's winter, isn't it? Oh, a shoe, fabulous. So I'm holding the shoe, and I'm thinking, well, it's only a tiny spider. Why am I going to hit it with a shoe? And she stood behind me, she's screaming, hit it with a shoe, hit it with a shoe. And I'm thinking, why is she so scared? And I managed to convince myself that as I hit this spider with the shoe, it's going to bite through the bottom of the shoe and chew my hand off. She's that scared. You know, if you live in Australia, I can understand you're going to be scared of spiders. You know, they don't, you know, they're not just in your shoes or, you know, around the room. They actually wear your shoes around the room. I woke up in the middle of the night one day, and there was a spider wearing my shoes around the room. G'day, mate. Have you got any more of these in the same size? I need about 8. And do you know what I wish? I wish that more fears were like arachnophobia. You know, like homophobia. You know, and instead of the cruel and vicious crime that homophobia is, I wish it was more like arachnophobia. And people were just genuinely scared of finding a gay in the bathtub. Just imagine, okay? Mary, there's a gay in the bath. It's going to go down the plug hole. Get the shoe, get the shoe. No, get the big glass with the paper, the one we use for catching the gays, the big one. And since being in Iceland, though, I have developed a new fear, and that's revolving doors, okay? They're everywhere in Iceland, and usually the revolving doors are next to a normal door, and you have to make the choice as you approach this building. Am I going to go for, you know, just boring, or am I going to go for, ooh, okay, around the, you know, it's so ridiculous, and I actually think it's because Icelandic men don't like opening doors for ladies. So let's install a revolving door. This table was doing my head in. Okay. And I went to Radisson Blu the other day to pick up a customer. Revolving door. Didn't see the normal door at the side of it. You get in this one, it does nothing. Doesn't revolve. I feel like a donkey. I had to stop pushing it. Trying to get through into the building. Okay? And then at the opposite end of the extreme, you've got Kringlan. That one, Jesus, you need to be an Olympic athlete to get around that thing. You step in, it decides, oh, we've got a person, let's speed up. You miss your exit because you're running around that fast. You get out onto the other side, you're running round, and then, oh, I'm out. My finished landing. I've made it. final one, Perlan. Oh, that one is tiny. Being 6'2", going to Perlan, it's not worth it. I was coming out, and I think, right, okay, revolving door. Get ready, okay? I step in, it's tiny, I can barely fit in it. Some guy gets in behind me, in my segment. We're going around this segment like, don't touch me, I can't touch the door, and I can't touch you. Oh, awful. Speaking of the Olympics, we did well, didn't we? Well, when I say we, I mean Great Britain, sorry. Damn those Hungarians. I'll get them next time. And did anybody catch the opening ceremony this year? You know, it was amazing, but also the amount of security that we had was unreal. And still, some woman managed to mingle in with the Indian Olympic team as they entered the stadium. You know, everybody's in yellow, she's in red and blue, and nobody noticed. Come on, people. You know, she must have just got lost. Oh, what's in here? Oh, it's big, isn't it? Oh, just join in. Oh, I've got a camera. Smile. Ridiculous. I did love though watching the Olympics with the Icelandic commentary. Absolutely brilliant. The best one to watch, the high jump. Okay, you've got the athlete, he's ready to go. He runs, he jumps, he clears the bar, and what does the Icelandic commentary guy, what does he say? Yow, 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 yow. That's it, nothing else. The next guy comes along, he runs, this one's Hungarian, he jumps, he misses, knocks the bar down, what does he say? Nay, 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 nay. That's it, nothing else, every single one. You can do better than this. There's two, going back to getting lost, it always depends on how somebody asks you for directions as to how you respond. You know, a guy came up to me on Lurgabegi the other day, and he comes up and he goes, "Excuse me, can you tell me the way to the store with the stuffed puffins in it?" I was like, it's that way, it's that way. But if some nice tall European man comes up to you and says, "Hello, can you tell me the way to the Sintamani store?" "Oh, yeah, the Sintamani store. I actually work there. I'm going there now. In fact, just hold my hand in case you get lost again." One place you don't want to get lost, IKEA. Or is it IKEA? IKEA, whatever you say, IKEA, whatever. It's quite hard to get lost in there because they put arrows on the floor so you know where to go. Do they do this in Sweden as well? You know, you get home from work, oh, I'm going to follow the arrows up the drive. Oh, my house. Oh, I would never have predicted that. Oh, I'm going to follow the arrows to the sofa. And now to the kitchen. The husband gets home from work, he's got a fast track straight to the sofa. And then later on in the evening, he's got the arrows up the stairs. Says, "Don't forget, honey, follow the arrows in about half an hour." But another thing about IKEA in Iceland that amazed me is that when you go to IKEA in England, you do your shopping and you get out. Okay? You might stop for a hot dog if you're absolutely starving, or a coffee, maybe, but that's it. Nothing else. Okay? In Iceland, okay, there's people in the restaurant up there having a 3-course meal, family reunion, over 9 bowls of Swedish meatballs. And this just baffled me. And I'm not knocking it. I mean, I had the Swedish meatballs, they were great. And afterwards, we went downstairs, and one of the girls we were with, she ordered an ice cream. And this is my first experience of an ice cream in Iceland. And she said, "Hi, can I have the ice cream with chocolate, please?" And I was like, "Oh, that sounds nice." So I watched the lady behind the counter make this ice cream, you know. They're quite big in Iceland. And then she took the whole ice cream, okay, and dipped the whole thing into chocolate, okay? pulled it out the other side, and the whole thing set instantly. I was absolutely amazed. I've never seen anything like this in my life. In fact, I ordered 2. I had 1 in each hand. Okay? 180 kroner that cost me. I mean, wow. Okay? I went back to work the next day. I went up to Hossie and I said, Hossie, do you know that in IKEA they sell these ice creams and they have the whole thing and they have chocolate on them? And he was like, yeah, Jenny, we also have hot running water and electricity in our houses. Alf, you weren't wrong, it's bloody hot in here. I'll leave you with one story. The other day, I'd finished a dive at Silfra, and I was just talking to some divers, and this lady pulls up in a car and gets out of the car, and she's looking around, looking to see who can help me, and I said, hello, can I help you? And she looks at me and she goes like this. She holds this sat-nav in my face and shoves this sat-nav in my face. I'm thinking, oh my God. And she's got this guidebook. She's pointing in this guidebook. She goes, and I'm not going to tell you where she was from, but the book was full of symbols, okay? And she's got this book, and she goes, I won't go here. I look in the book, and I'm like, okay, do you want to go to Gazer? And she says, yeah, book say here, now. And I said, no, we're at Silfra now. The Gazer is about 50 kilometres away. It's a good drive away. No, book say here now. And I said, I live here, not for very long, I'll give you that, but I do live here, and that is not here. It's 50 kilometres away. And she says, no, and she's so angry. And I said, would you like me to give you directions? She said, yes, yeah. And I said, okay, you go to the end of the road, you turn right. You go to the end of that road, you turn right. You get to a roundabout, you go around the roundabout, take the 3rd exit left. You go to the next roundabout, you take a 3rd exit left. Keep going, you get to Gazer. She looks at me and she goes, no. And I said, that's the way. I said, are you not following me? She said, no, I don't understand. It's here. I said, okay. One more time. You with me? We've got the sat-nav, we've got the guidebook. You go to the end of the road, you turn right. You go to the end of the road, you turn right. You get to the roundabout, you go round the roundabout. Take the 3rd exit left. You go to the next roundabout, you go round that roundabout, and then... She says, oh, now I understand. Thank you, everybody. You've been a great audience. Thank you.
We are strong women for doing this. Seriously.